Turns out, most millionaires aren't slapping their stick figure family decal on the back of Lambos and Bugattis. Instead, they're riding dirty under the radar. And in this video, you're going to find out the top 20 car brands that actual millionaires drive, which, by the way, will totally change how you shop for your next ride. But first, share this with your friends who, have a car, which I'm going to guess is most of them, unless your friends are in a retirement home, in which case, still send them this video because surprise, surprise, grandmas love me. 7 or 77. That's it. Only people who like my videos and don't find me cringe.
Cringe-worthy?
100%.
And while you're at it, hit the like and subscribe button so you can get more content like this. Okay, 20 is a lot of car brands, so we're gonna fly through the first 15 real quick. Now, as usual, your boy is sourced. This is not an opinion, this is not a wet finger in the air. All of these brands come from the Ramsey Millionaire study, where we surveyed over 10,000 millionaires and asked them, what car do you drive? So here's the top 20 in order from least popular to most popular. Coming in at number 20 at the bottom of the list is your grandma's favorite brand, Chrysler, who is responsible for this monstrosity, which still haunts me in my sleep. At number 19, we've got Dodge. Their tagline, domestic, not domesticated. Don't know what that tagline means, but sounds cool, I guess. Number 18 on the list is the brand for down-home millionaires looking for a barefoot blue jean night, Jeep, aka the sponsor of your suburban friend Craig's midlife crisis. At number 17, we've got the dark horse of the modern automotive industry, Mazda. Now, I'm not sure how they surpassed Jeep. My only guess is it's because of the midlife crisis Miata owners. And I know you're out there, and I see you, and I love your angry comments, so keep them coming. You need to drive one before you make fun of it. It's actually really sporty and fast. Okay, bud. Believe you. Not getting in your little clown car. No, thank you. Number 16, we've got Volvo, a sensible drive. Comment below if you were conscious in 1991 and remember the thrill of riding in a Volvo 240's rear-facing seats and that oh-so-awkward eye contact with the car behind you. Simpler times. At number 15, we've got the first high-end luxury brand on the list, Cadillac. And just for reference, the 2025 three-row Escalade starts at over $87,000. Luxury costs money.
Go figure.
Number 14 is another luxury brand, but with a German flair, Das Audi. You know it, you love it. Expensive cars and expensive to fix. Number 13 brings us back to something affordable for the everyday consumer, Nissan. Anyone else seen this new two-tone Baja Storm and metallic black Rogue? Talk about innovation that excites. That poopy brown gets me pumped to hit the wide open road. Number 12 is an American car brand that's been in business since 1911, Chevrolet. Their most popular model is the old Silverado, which you will never find me driving, mainly because I need a little stepladder to get into the cabin. With a wadda.
He's like a little boss baby, like a little man.
Number 11, we have another luxury brand, Mercedes. But I just want to remind you, the percentage of millionaires who drive this is still in the 3%. So we may be creeping up the list, but don't think millionaires are driving these willy-nilly. Anyway, Mercedes limits their production numbers to drive up exclusivity, so there's probably not enough of them to go around anyway. Number 10 on the list is Buick, which generally fall into the $25,000 to $50,000 price range, depending on the model and trim level. The number 9 most driven brand is friend to all our old money sophisticates, Lincoln, which props to Lincoln for beating out Nissan. They've got a chokehold on these wealthy boomers. Something about a Lincoln makes you feel like you're really somebody. For number 8 on the list, I had to do several Google searches and YouTube searches, and I still couldn't get to the bottom of it. So I'm going to say it how I want to say it. Hyundai. Or
Hyundai.
Or
Hyundai.
Just tell us. Why are you gatekeeping? The average price of a brand new Elantra is in the mid-20,000s, which makes this a sensible car for a lot of healthy people to own who aren't going through a midlife crisis. Back to you, Miata drivers. At number 7 is Acura. Although I'm not sure how much longer they will make the list, over the last several years, they've seen a decrease in sales with a 12.4% decrease just last year. At number 6 on the list is BMW, which of course stands for, I found a German friend on this one,
Bayerische Motorenwerke.
But for those of us here in America, I'm just going to call it Bavarian Motor Works.
Don't call me that.
Approximately 4% of millionaires pay a pretty penny to drive these vehicles. And an uncorrelated fact for you, the paid-off mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. Also, BMW drivers have the highest DUI rate compared to other car brands by a wide margin. Coincidence? You tell me in the comment section. Give me your hard-hitting evidence. Another uncorrelated fact you might find interesting: high-yield savings accounts can offer rates 10 to 20 times the interest of traditional savings accounts. And that's why you're missing out big if you're keeping your cash in a regular old savings account. And that's why I love the high-yield savings account offered by one of our sponsors today, Laurel Road. With Laurel Road, you're going to get unbeatable perks like no minimum balance required, FDIC insurance, and no scammy fees hidden inside an annoying pop-up window with 0.6 font. So it's time to get your money working harder for you. So go to laurelroad.com/George if you want to learn more and open an account. Or just click the link in the description below. And before we get back to cars, let's take a pit stop at the crossroads of your private data and bad guys to put on our cyber seatbelt. Because what's protecting you from the spammers and scammers out to get your personal info on the web? I'm guessing not much. And that's why I use Delete Me to keep my private data safe and sound. Delete Me is an online service that will find and remove your info from hundreds of these sketchy data broker sites, and they'll even send you a full report detailing what they deleted from where. And I've got my report. They've saved me 77 hours so far of the time it would have taken me to do this myself. And right now you can get 20% off any of their plans by going to joindeleteme.com/George or just click the link in the description below. Okay, back to the list. So far, out of the first 15, only 6 luxury brands have made the cut. But that also means 9 basic non-flashy brands have taken the lead. And now that we're closing in on the top 5 car brands driven by millionaires, I have a feeling most of them aren't giving McMansions and golf memberships. So at number 5 on the list, driven by 5% of millionaires, is Subaru. This is the unofficial car brand of crunchy couples with matching nano-puff Patagonias, and we are here for it. We love an all-wheel drive. They're that friend who's gonna say, "Oh, it's snowing outside? I went out, dude. I know how to drive in the snow." All right, bud. But even though it's associated with nonconformists, Subi's made the list because they're reliable, safe, and notoriously long-lasting, meaning they're a good investment as far as depreciating assets go. Plus, their bestseller, the Subaru Crosstrek, was totally redesigned last year, and the 2025 model starts at $25,800. At number 4, we've got Lexus, which 8% of millionaires drive. And yes, it is a luxury brand, but it's not a pick-me luxury brand. It's more like I've quietly got my life together and happen to enjoy the scent of fine leather. Lexus is known for Toyota reliability and fancy packaging, and they hold their value well over time. The 2024 Lexus ES starts at about $43,000 and can climb all the way up to $53,000 or more if you're feeling fancy with all the trim options. So yeah, it's not cheap, but it's the millionaire's way of saying, I'm spending money, but responsibly for things that I enjoy. Not to mention, most millionaires aren't paying retail price. They're letting someone else take the depreciation hit and buying a few years used, which you'll see throughout all of these brands. Coming in at number 3, also driven by around 8% of millionaires, is an American classic, Ford. Now let's be honest, you can't throw a rock in the suburbs without hitting an F-150, and I don't recommend you do. They don't like it. I'll report you to the HOA if I see you throwing rocks at F-150s.
Well, I'd like to see you try.
And I know I pick on you truck bros, but I have to admit, the F-150 is popular for a reason. It's like the Swiss Army knife of cars. Sturdy, reliable, and always ready to tow a pontoon. Shout out to the pontoon owners. Invite your boy. Want to hit the open lake. Pull up an American flag and a White Claw and go to town. Plus, the F-150, not insanely expensive as far as trucks go. The 2024 XL model, for instance, starts at $36,570. And unlike high-maintenance brands like Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Fords are girl-next-door level low maintenance and have lower repair costs. Meaning the focus here is on long-term cost savings by avoiding cars that require constant expensive upkeep. Coming in at number 2, a whopping 15% of millionaires are driving Honda. Why Honda? Well, first of all, rude. Secondly, they're affordable and built to last longer than a Costco-sized pack of toilet paper. Take the Civic Sport sedan, for example. The 2025 model comes in at under $26,000, according to KBB. And they are known for their longevity. You can get 15, 20, 25 plus years out of these bad boys. If you see one on the road and it's trucking at 300,000 miles, that baby's just getting started. Now, a millionaire buying a Honda might seem surprising, but it actually makes a lot of sense, especially for those who appreciate quality, dependability, and safety features. That's exactly what J.D. Power looks for, and ladies, that's what you should be looking for in a man. Okay? Safety features. Is he into Dungeons & Dragons? Safe. He's good. Stick with him. That's your man.
Critical success.
Hell yeah.
And finally, the moment you've been waiting for, coming in at number 1, the most popular car brand among millionaires, driven by 16% of them, is none other than Toyota. And that's because their cars are as practical, reliable, and predictable as an episode of Frasier. According to a report by NASDAQ, Toyotas are kept longer than any other car because they simply work. You buy one and it'll probably outlive your mortgage, your lawnmower, and your tabby cat, Mary Todd Lincoln. R.I.P. Toyotas have been known to run 400,000 miles with little more than basic maintenance. Plus, they're typically pretty fuel efficient and they retain their value better than many other brands. A 2020 Camry resales for $21,000 on average. Pretty incredible. So here's the bottom line. Most real-life millionaires aren't out here trying to keep up with the Kardashians in a brand new G-Wagon. They know that the point of a car is to get from point A to point B. That's the point. Our Ramsey Millionaire study revealed that on average, millionaires are driving affordable used cars that are about 4 years old with around 41,000 miles on them. And I know picturing a low-profile millionaire driving a Honda with petrified fries in the floorboard doesn't fit the stereotype of a, quote, wealthy person. But it turns out the 1% might look more normal than you think. So if you want to act and drive like a millionaire, keep in mind that the total of everything you own with motors and wheels like cars, boats, RVs, trucks should not exceed half of your annual income. And that means if you make $75,000 a year, you have zero business being behind the wheel of a new $100,000 Escalade, unless you happen to valet at the local Hard Rock Cafe, in which case, enjoy. Now you might be asking, well, George, when can I, if ever, buy a new car in cash? Well, you can do that once you're a net worth millionaire and you can stomach that hit on depreciation. So until you're a millionaire, you should always buy a used car in cash. Number one, because used cars are less expensive overall and they don't drop as fast in value as new cars. Now I know you don't want to hear it, but cars impact every part of your financial life, from getting out of debt to affecting your ability to build wealth with your income, which is why it's so important to be smart when it comes to the car you drive. And good news for you, my team created a free car guide that helps you do all of this. It outlines what to look for when car shopping, teaches you about maintenance, tells you how to sell with less stress, helps you save hundreds on insurance, and more. It's the one-stop shop for all things automotive. So if you want that free car guide, I'm going to drop a link below in the description. Go check it out. Now, if you have a car payment in your life or you're considering signing up for one, ask yourself, would a real-life millionaire drive like this? And if you're still not convinced you need to avoid that ish like the plague, keep watching this next video all about why car payments are silently destroying your wealth. Or click the link in the description below. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.